we want to welcome Bimestefer. She is the Chief Executive Officer, and as President and General Manager of Cigna Mountain State, she has revitalized the struggling culture post-acquisition and initiated strategies that outperform trend, total medical cost utilization, and quality improvement objectives. She has 20 plus years of executive leadership in healthcare. Bimestefer offers time-tested record of innovation, inspirational leadership, and exceptional growth. Please welcome Kim.
Trying to get her to shake, not yet. So thank you for the opportunity to spend some time with you today. Today is all about you, and I hope to share some of my scars and challenges and victories to make your journey easier than mine has been. There is handout on the table, has contact information on the back. People absorb information in different ways. I want this to be helpful for you. So the outline includes the key points that I'm going to go through, but there's also some exercises on there. And I would encourage you to go through the exercises in the next week or so while this information is fresh in your head. An unexamined life is not worth living, and examining your self is sort of fun, right? I mean, who's more interesting than you? Really, right? Really. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 minutes on my history so you understand the perspective that I'm coming from in talking with you today. So 3 minutes, 30 years. Let's see if we can do that. So started in a home office job. Fought for a sales position to get out and improve myself. Took the last place office to first place. Company noticed that. I did that 2 years in a row with that same office, so I held it in first place. So well, let's go to the next last place office. So as a selling sales manager, I had a 3P national sales leader, and that last place office went in second place behind my other office. So let's see if she could do that again. Then struggling New York office. Promoted me to regional vice president from selling sales manager or regional manager. And I took that from 23% of the company's membership and earnings to 46%. So I had 3 other peers who were growing in the Northeast at different rates. Got promoted to a board-appointed officer, a first woman to have that at my first employer, which was a small insurance company, and also was the highest person in sales and marketing. Raised my hand wanting to get out of that small organization into a bigger insurance company, so I went to work for a Wall Street firm, Cigna. Started next to the president of the biggest market that they had. My job was to write strategies to help them grow. So I wrote several strategies, presented that to the executive leadership team, and they said, I want that one, go start that division. So I started a division at Cigna and grew it to about 800,000 people. When I got to about 800,000 people, I realized there was a second market we could go after, and I wrote a second strategy, and we expanded to 2 divisions, 1 leadership team, and we grew together as a team to over 1 million new customers, a $10 billion business, and about $500 million in aggregated earnings. Raised my hand when this thing called Obamacare came in and said, I want to be in the middle of that. This is going to change healthcare. I want to figure this out. And there was a chance that we would at Cigna do Obamacare and participate in public new exchanges in Colorado. I was born in Colorado. I want to get back to Colorado. I love Colorado. I'll do that. And they said, okay, pick up your stuff. And I'm like, anything to get out of Jersey. Right? I would have swept the floor. Get the heck out of Jersey in 19 years. So they moved me to Colorado. This was, once again, last place office for Cigna, 3 years in a row. So the challenge was not just figure out Obamacare, we get that office turned around. We did that 4 years later. When I separated from Cigna, we had one of the highest performing offices in the country. We were considered the innovation lab, and we had the highest morale, employee engagement, and we were one of the top producers for new membership and growth. So that's when I'm coming at you. That's my perspective. It's largely health insurance, but it's from the bottom, raises to the top. The bottom raises to the top repeatedly, and along the way, tons of scars. Along the way, tons of changes, innovations, people management, etc. My titles for the last 20 years have been something either president, general manager, division president, something like that. Okay, so that's the perspective that I'm talking about. today. So, when I think about how did I break through that ceiling, that place of middle management, and get to the higher level, I want to share with you sort of two approaches, the way that I sort of look at a career path. There are basic skill sets and basic representations and traits that you need to have to nail that middle management level. And nailing those middle management levels and those traits allows you an opportunity where the door may open for you. But there are three things that I think change somebody from a middle manager to a leader. So if you look at your, number 2, on your handout, the general thing is just to be a really strong middle manager. You've got to have the industry knowledge or whatever you're in. Core competency of that. Core competency of your position expertise. So if you're in IT, or you're in accounting, or you're in customer service, or you're in sales, to really be really strong at your craft. Because people are learning from you. So know your industry and know the trade that you have in that industry. Work ethic. You're not going to get there early and leave there late. You can't really expect to get up to those really high levels because everybody else is sort of working those normal hours, right? So work ethic has to be right there. Strong communication skills. You said, all the wisdom and intelligence between your ears doesn't all mean anything unless it comes out of your mouth. It comes in an email, and other people can start acting on it, right? So you have to have really strong communication skills. People understand what you're saying, and they can act on it, and then execute well. Really hugely important. But those things make the standard strong manager. And many of you, that's exactly what you want to be. You're the differentiators where I want to spend some time with you today. And I think this is what makes the successful leader. When I look back, why did I get the promotion? Why did we go from last place to first place repeatedly? It's getting people to follow you. And why do people follow? I would suggest that if you worked on courage and confidence to speak up and take risks, that is a huge differentiator. Most people don't have the courage and confidence to speak up and to take risks. If you can't take risks, you will miss so many golden opportunities. The confidence and the ability to identify those and to raise your hand and do them is the difference maker. So let's talk a little bit about some of that. When I think of people who have the courage to take risks, I want you to think of the kid in school who knows the answer. Can you picture the tentative hand being raised? And can you picture the person next to him and say, I knew that. They didn't say anything. I want you to have courage right now. How many people know exactly what I'm saying? You had an idea of business meeting and you didn't say it. Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you listened to the person and then said it? When did you yell out? Why didn't you speak up? What was that thing inside you that stopped you? What is fear? Fear of what? Fear of failure. That is what you have to get over. You have to get over. What else? What else is fear of failure? What's the other fear?
Embarrassing this person that you work for.
Oh, okay, so embarrass yourself or your boss goes, what? right, that look, right, you might get that look. So it's humiliation, embarrassment, or you were daydreaming, like maybe somebody just say that, so right, that sort of behavior. Now, my suggestion is you find a way. So some of you will have, it's hard for you to frame the words. They don't just fly out of your mouth in some very professional way, right? So for some of you, the fear is, how do I voice this? Some of you is, you don't craft the ideas right away. They come in the shower, they come when you're driving to work. It's the next day that idea comes to you. My challenge to you is identify what your fear is. Because if you don't get over that, identify what your challenge is. If you don't get over that, it's going to be really hard to move on. You have to have the courage to answer those questions, to come up with those ideas, to voice the amazing things that go through your mind, And that's my challenge to you, to figure that out. Now, in business, that's a new idea, it's a project, it's an efficiency move, it's an IT recommendation, there's lots of things, but I'm going to challenge you on a personal level. Most in the room are women. Some statistics that make me just insane. Women make 78 cents on the average, a white woman makes on average 78 cents on the white man's salary. 78 cents on the dollar. A black woman makes about 63 to 64 cents on the dollar of a white man. And a Latina woman makes about 58 cents on the dollar of a white man. And let me tell you something that aggravates me, because the rent bill and the car bill and the kid that wants to go to college, those prices aren't different for the man and the woman, right? You know, it's going to Safeway, and an apple costs this for me, and an apple costs this for you. An apple's freaking apple, right? So I want you as women to take it upon yourself to recognize that this problem is not just because we're being discriminated against. This problem is because we're not speaking up. So when I challenge you to speak up, it's not just about the idea. It's asking for the promotion. It's asking, what do you need to do to get that promotion, that position? You write it down, you document, you get clarity, and you drive towards achieving that. Women don't ask as much as men do. And we need to take accountability for some of that disparity. Some of that is time, right? We're catching up. We're not catching up fast enough. I'm going to challenge you. I want you to ask. Where you want to go, figure that out. I can tell you, I'll say most people who have reported to me, and I'm going to guess it's about 1,000 in my lifetime, 30 years. Most people don't know where they want to go. How can they ask if they're not sure? I challenge you to figure out, what's that next position? Ask your boss. Once a year or more, ask for a meeting with your boss's boss. Clear it with him or her. That conversation is all about where you want to go. That they see you as a leader because you told them you want to be a leader. Managers are many things. I always said in my place, I am anything. A mind reader is not one of them. My job is to help you along your career. Your job is to figure out where you want to go. And I will do everything in my power to help you. Speak out. Ask for the raise. Ask for the promotion. Ask for what it takes to get there. And drive towards it. I have another ask for you as women. I want you to support each other. Sometimes, the good idea, the reason why you don't raise your hand the second time is because you had an idea yesterday, you said it in the meeting, the manager lost over, you went to the next thing. I want you to support each other. When one of you has the courage to raise your hand about that project, that suggestion, that efficiency recommendation, and you watch that happen, and you watch the energy move out of the person. I want you as a woman to raise your hand and say, hey, I heard what Gloria just said. Can we go back to that for a minute? Because I think that might have legs. I heard what Lisa just said. Lisa, I think that might be a difference maker. I think maybe we should get a work team around that. I'd be delighted to be on your work team to work on that. If you have confidence in that, Helen, if you have confidence in that, I trust your judgment. I'll be on a work team with you. Help each other. Those are my asks for you. It's hard to speak out, so what did I just say? I want you to figure out where you want to go. Map it out. Ask your boss. Once a year, your boss's boss. What does it take to get there? Get the clarity. Work your ass off. Work at that. When you have women in the room and you watch them have the courage and somebody glosses over, support them. To get a raise, I want you to ask. My partner is a woman. 17 years this weekend, by the way. She didn't ask for a raise for 8 years. My own household. Oh, I'm so angry. We're in our role play. She's like, I can't work at home and I don't want to have so many problems. No, this is the problem, right? I love the little play. No! And we wrote it out. She went in, she didn't get 8 years times 2% that I wanted, but she got a 10% raise. You think she would have gotten another one in there and asked him? All right, that's my ask you. Why don't you have the courage? I'm going to share a story with you that is probably the reason why I'm standing here today. Courage. I worked for a small insurance company, as I said. Its name is the Union Labor Life Insurance Company. I want you to picture Union Labor Life Insurance Company. Fat, old, white men, usually Irish or Italian. Okay? Not Irish, not Italian, woman, and my partners have been women. How welcome do you think I am there? Right? I wanted to move up. To move up in marketing, which is the job I wanted, the company had a role. You have to go out in sales, beat the market. Makes sense. I'm good. All right, how do I get in sales? Well, no, invest in you. You're a woman. Market's not going to buy from you. Union men are life. Union men are not going to buy from women. Now, I was a smart aleck at the time. Just a piece of advice, please don't be a smart aleck. I have a really good sense of humor, and when you're like constantly beat down and stupid things like men don't buy from women, well, first thing comes to my head, last I looked, most men like women. You are 65 and fat, and I'm good looking at 20. What do you think I'm going to sit lunch with? You, Pudgy, or me? Not the way. You get a chance. Not that I was getting mad, right? Frustrated. Literally, I'm in my 20s. I can't get up in marketing because you won't let me out to invest because a man won't buy from a woman. Therefore, I can't move up, but I've hit my glass ceiling in the 20s. Of course, I'm getting frustrated. Woman, Sylvia Long, African American, tired of being discriminated against. Good timing for me. African American sues the company. Now the companies get nervous. Got this lawsuit going on. I'm going, give me a chance. 2 years. Give me a chance. You finally get a chance. So where would we, if we gave you a job, where would you go? It's a national company. Anywhere but New Jersey. The next morning, where do I get an offer? Freaking New Jersey. No, I took it. I got in the car. Next week, drive out there and live in the freaking Red Roof Inn. Talk about a dump. Live in the Red Roof Inn, and I'm going to meet union men. First day, outfield. No lie. Ed, president of sheet metal's 22. Union, New Jersey. He walks the door, he like fills the whole freaking doorway. My name's Kim, I'm your new grad from Union Light Electrician. Why did they send an effing woman to see me? No lie, he didn't say effing. Why did they send an effing woman? I cried the whole way home. What did I do? Next day, he had a problem. I spent the whole day working on it. The following day, called, got an appointment that day, went to see him, proved myself, fixed his issue. Asked him for help meeting the next guy next door. Henry, the plumbers. Did the same thing with Henry. Same thing. What's this? You're an effing woman. What are you going to do? I go, this is a true story. I'm sitting outside the bricklayers meeting. I've got to deliver. Bricklayers in New Jersey. Holy cow, right? Something's the movies are made of. I got to deliver a 26% rate increase. Give them the same benefits they have next year as they have now for 26% more money, which is like $1 million. I'm sitting in the back of an Italian restaurant waiting to go into the meeting, and I can hear them. And it's 1993, and Bill Clinton was elected in 1992 November. And they're saying, this effing Hillary should get back in the kitchen where she belongs. What does she know about healthcare? What does any woman know about healthcare? Who does she think she is telling us? And I'm standing outside the door. I swear to God, I'd like to pee myself. Courage, get the courage. Come on, you can do this. And I went in there and I sold a 26% rate increase. The bricklayers in New Jersey, after listening to them, rip apart my gender. Rip apart what right do you have. When I think of why I'm standing here before you today, it is the 2 years of fighting this. It is because Sylvia Long had the courage to try to change the culture, and my timing was easier because of what she did. Because I had the courage to say, New Jersey, and when they gave anywhere but New Jersey, and they gave me New Jersey to try to sell, and I took it anyway. To walk in and listen to how scary those bricklayers were in New Jersey, and have the courage, all right, I'm terrified, to go back in after being scared of Ed from the sheet metal workers. That's what you need to have. Because life isn't going to be easy. Yesterday was hard for me, right? I just turned 50. My journey is harder. The reason why I'm sharing this is I want your journey to be easier. Women have to help women. When I got the call, you want to speak to, of course I will. How much do you charge? Not a shit thing. It's women helping women. I'm there. If I can help you, I'm there. So that's the first thing I want you to remember. I want you to stand up for yourself. And I want you to take those risks. On the bottom, look at the exercise. Let me add one more thing here. This is a very important point. There will be people in your life that aren't just bosses and people on TV, but people in your life that pull on you in a negative way. You need to surround yourself with incredibly positive people. When I see you have to figure out what stops you from having the courage, that's your own journey. You need to challenge yourself to figure that out. As we said, it might be that you don't frame things well quickly. That's a Toastmasters class. Teach you how to do that. So it might be something that you build a skill. But sometimes my father was one of those folks who, I've forgotten more of my life than you'll ever learn. This is a quote used to upset me so much. My brother's name is Jim. Jim, marry an ugly one just like I did. Kim, you look just like your mother. At a wedding, he made a toast. Help me marry my ugly one. Talking about me. Let me tell you something. You have somebody in your life like that, you need to set limits and boundaries. That's not okay. That communication is not okay. Maybe it's a boyfriend, maybe it's a sister, maybe it's your parent. Somebody in your life, you need to have the courage to set limits and boundaries. That's not okay. To be who you can be, the max you can be at work, the struggles that you're going to have, the fall downs you're going to have, the corporate ladders you're going to get pushed off of, the setbacks you're going to have the courage to get back in there. To get back in there, you need to surround yourself with positive thoughts. Positive in what you read. Positive in what you watch on TV. Not too much of the news that makes you crazy. Positive surroundings. There's nothing wrong with sitting down here and saying, Mom, love you, I know you love me. I need you to be a little more positive. Okay? Sister, whoever that is, boyfriend, husband, have the courage to say, these are the limits and boundaries. I need you to support me. There's nothing wrong with that, and darn it, you deserve it. Okay? You deserve it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So there's an exercise down at the bottom of this number 3 that we're on. I want you to ask yourself, again, this is follow-up. And we do it while it's fresh in mind. Are you a risk taker? Are you confident? If you think that's the case, what are the attributes that show that? I'm raising my hand, I'm asking for promotions, I'm doing the right things. Now, if you're not a risk taker and you're not confident, you're shy to speak out. I want you to ask yourself why. I want you to work through what can you do to change that your own personal environment to make it more positive, to give you energy, to give you strength. I want you to write down what are some of the things that I can do to start taking risks so I can elevate my career and elevate my stature. And I want you to identify some things that you can say that are mantras that you start repeating and you put around you to give you courage and strength every single day. So here's a couple of mine. Warren Thatcher, well-behaved women seldom make history. I am so unwell-behaved. Well-behaved women seldom make history. Pablo Picasso, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. I'm a spiritual person. Jesus knows me, yes I know, where the Bible tells me so. You know, find your own. It's important to have that strength behind you. Robert Schuller, Turn Your Stars into Scars. Let's go to the next ones in the next section. So that's right, have the strength, take risks, speak out. Number 4, so it's the second thing that makes the differentiator. It's the ability to drive through positive change. So I have a saying, up above there's a saying, next to the quote is Bimestefer. My definition of no. No is not no. No is an opportunity for more people in the room to find your way to yes. That's the definition of no for me. I couldn't take last place offices to first repeatedly. I couldn't come up with innovations without learning to manage through no and no. What does that mean? Think of yourself in front of the judge. The judge is going to make a ruling based on the law today. In order to get a different ruling, let's change the law. Manage through no. Change the law. Laws of business are policies, procedures, norms, cultural mores, right? That's the law inside business. So if you want to make change, you have to manage through no. Every business needs to produce more than it did yesterday. And that takes many forms. Your expenses go down, your revenues go up, your customers increase. That process of change, those results come from doing things differently. You want more of the same, do what you did yesterday. It's not good enough for any business because the competition's always catching up and driving ahead. So you have to be able to drive change in order to be the difference between a good manager and a really good leader, a really successful leader. So I gave you a couple things here. Typical things: efficiency, finance, sales growth, product or IT innovations. When I talk about change, but when you want to drive change, whether you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to get your boyfriend to get off his duff and fix something in the house, whatever change it is, or you're trying to do a massive change at work, what are some of the negative resistance? How does negative resistance voice itself and present? What do you hear when somebody around you doesn't want to change with you? What is some of the feedback? What does it sound like?
It's too hard.
It's too hard. What else? What else do you hear? What do you hear from a coworker when you have an idea?
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that?
That's not how it is.
That's not how we do it here. All those things. So, why do I say no is not no? Why do I have that quote? Because I'm teaching my staff how to manage through the no. It was not uncommon in any job that I ever had to say, okay, folks, and have my cultural sayings that I said. Folks, we got to innovate. Competition's fierce. Got to kick their butt. To innovate, can't do what we did yesterday. Got to do something different. How are we going to do that? Got to manage through the no. So we all come up with an idea as a team. So I say, okay, Karen, go over to underwriting. I want you to try to manage this through. What's going to happen? What are you going to get? I'm going to get a no. What are you going to do? I'm going to manage through the no. Okay? You're setting a culture. You're helping each other manage through the no. It's one of the most effective skills that you can deliver. Now, what does that mean? Pull more people in the room to find your way to a yes. It means you recognize most people want to succeed. Most people want to do what you want them to do. They want to be successful. They don't know how. So when you say invite more people in the room, you get that person, we want to do this, we think it's a good concept, I got folks on our side, I need your help. Who are the people that we have to do to change the policy? Now that's different than when I was younger, smart mouth, when I couldn't get something done and filled with a million ideas, blessing and a curse. I couldn't get something done, I took it personally. You're not supporting me. Why aren't you doing this for me? I would scream at my boss. God help me on why I'm still standing here. I should have been fired 170 times. Because I didn't know that I needed to help them figure out the path to get it done. And I needed to say, okay, what's the process to get this policy changed? What is the methodology to get a new product out? The person in front of you is not trying to, it's not personally trying to impede you, which is what I thought when I was younger. The person in front of you doesn't know how to do it. So when I say invite more people in the room, you're trying to figure out what is the process and who do I need to get onto this project team to get it done. And help figure out together with that person, hey, can you join me at this meeting? Who is the person and can you join me at this meeting? And can we put together a presentation? So now they're on your team. They want to be successful too. And you're building the framework together. Managing through the no is an absolutely critical part. Now as you manage through the no, you're going to get a whole bunch of things. So you're managing through change. You're going to get a whole bunch of things on your list. It's not uncommon for me as a president market leader to have 50 to 70 things on the list of to-dos. And I've got people next to them with dates, deadlines, accountable folks, work teams, leader of a work team, and a process to meet with those folks and make sure things are moving along. What do you need from me? Resources. What do you need from me? Training. When you look at that person across from you and they're not getting it done, maybe you're trying to get a new process done, and your work team is stuck. You have to start asking the right questions with the right attitude. They're not trying to impede you. Rarely they are. There's something wrong. When I can't get progress, blame me first. A good manager will blame themselves first. A good leader blame themselves first. What is it? Was I unclear? Do I have too much on your plate? Did I give you something you have no idea what I'm talking about? And you don't even know where to start. Did I not give you the training? Maybe you need help mapping out the milestones to get that change done. So when the change gets stuck, and you're trying to drive to be the leader, and it's stuck, blame yourself first, and figure out where's the barrier. Have the heart-to-heart. But sometimes it's people. We just said, why would we do that? Right? Where was that? Why would we do that? So I'll give you a story about Dean. When I took over Mountain States, and we're in last place for 3 years in a row, what was my rule? Can't do what we did yesterday, right? Be in last place again. I don't like last place. I think I hate to lose more than I like to win. I hate to lose. Dean, 20-year executive in the market, knows what he's doing. I could feel the resistance, but I didn't understand how intense it was until I found myself on a phone call. I was invited to a meeting, and it's me and him. He's the vice president on my team. He needs to take direction from me. I'm the president, but he reports to somebody else. And I find myself on a call. He is screaming, I can't work like this. I can't work under these circumstances. I didn't realize driving so much change, we're doing the same things the same way, I'm making him crazy. I'm making him crazy. He didn't vocalize it to me. He's just slowly losing his mind. And I didn't yell back. I'm listening. And I blame myself first. what have I done to cause him to be this angry? What have I done? And what can I do to get him on my side? So I thought about it over the weekend. Called my boss after the call. Sorry about that. Clearly I pissed him off. Give me a little while to figure out what to do. He says, I hear you, killer. Good luck with that. Boop. We had a decent relationship. He knew what he had. Following, I thought about it all weekend. Following week, I sit down with him and I say, one, I clearly have you upset. And that was not my intention, and I am sorry. Two, for you to be this upset, I have not communicated well with you. To get you to this level, I did something wrong, and I'm sorry for that too. Three, when I'm trying to get something done, who's one person I always ask? When I meet with a hospital and I'm trying to get over a big barrier, who's one person I always bring with me? I have the most difficult challenges. Who's the guy that I always meet with first and talk to it? I said, do you know how to do that with anybody else? Not that much. He goes, I appreciate you saying that. Now, we got to change. I can't do everything from yesterday. You know that. You've heard me say it 100 times. I need your help. I need your help. And when I piss you off, I want you to walk in my house or pick up the phone and say, I feel like you're castrating me. Because I think that's what the problem is. I'm in your face. I don't mean to be. I'm just trying to drive change. And my people skills probably need a little work. He laughs. I said, so, whenever you feel like I'm stepping on your toes, I want you to pick up the phone and tell me that. I never received that phone call. Because he saw things differently. People make the world go round. If there's a barrier in front of you from driving change, it's one of those things. Blame yourself first. It's resources, it's training, it's lack of clarity, it's too much stuff on somebody's plate, they don't know where to go, or they feel like you are usurping their power. It's your job to figure out what it is and drive through the no. It's one of the most critical things you can do. Every company needs to improve its performance. If you show that you can turn things around, the world is yours. The world is absolutely yours. Drive through the no and drive positive change. Okay, on the exercise, right before number 5. What department are you in? What is your skill set? What's that department's focus? What changes need to be made for your company to improve in that area? What suggestions, projects, ideas do you have to help drive positive change, and how can you initiate them? And once you get through and you get stuck, you could have 10 more questions. How do I drive through that now? What happens when I get stuck? Remember, blame yourself first. Help people, okay? 99% of the time people want to succeed. Just don't know how. Okay, last one. Grounded sense of self. Know who you are and be that person with passion and clarity. Say, turn your scars into stars. That's, when I think how many times I've had to cry all the way home. How many times people said god-awful things to me out in the market. How many glass ceilings I had to break. How painful that process was. How people did not want to change. So many scars. From those experiences, I am who I am. And I need to understand that, be proud of it, work on the things that I need to work on, but know who I am. And be that person, very intentionally. Know what my skills are, and be that person. So, I want you to think, when you follow somebody, what are the traits? Think of the best leaders. Maybe they were previous bosses, maybe they're politicians and elected folks. Maybe they're people in your church or your place of worship. When you think of those people, what are the traits that make them a good leader? Why would you want to follow them? Yell them out. What are those traits?
Inspiring.
They're inspiring.
Integrity.
Integrity. Confidence. What else? Trustworthy. Okay. Confidence comes from knowing what you're doing. Right? Trustworthy, integrity, lots of things. I want you, if you look at this exercise, how do you think people see you now? What traits do they see? What do you do to generate that result? I want you to think about that, document it. Then look at the next part. How do you want people to see you? What traits and values do you want them to see in you? What actions do you need to take? Or changes do you need to make in your own life, in your own persona, to have that personal brand, to have people see you in that way. What mantras do you need to establish and repeat to help frame that brand? So I will ask you, Martin Luther King, what was he known for? What was his style of leadership? It was the most powerful motivator. What was his style, Martin Luther King? Hope. Hope is the most powerful motivator. Somebody in the back said, how do you become a good leader? What do I follow? She said, inspiration. What's another word for inspiration? You're giving hope. Now, second, fear. Fear is not sustainable. It's not sustainable in leadership and business. It can be replaced. People do not want to be in that environment. Maybe they have to for a while. Military works because you can't get out, right? You're in that place and that's what they do. But in business, people have the choice to leave. In this economy, there's a 3.8% unemployment rate, right? People have the choice to leave. Think about that. Hope is, and inspiration is the persona that you have to have. So I want you, that's just one trait that you want to have, but I want you to think about who you are. And I want you to think about who you want to be and why. And your scars will help frame that. So I'm going to give you a story. I told you my partner was a woman. That has not been an easy journey for me. My dad was a very difficult person. I had to set limits and boundaries and working for him to be the person I wanted to be because I couldn't have that negative attitude. So I got the job in sales fighting against my company for a woman to have a chance. That was February 1993. When I was 18, several years before that, my mother found a note in my pocket from my girlfriend at the time I was in college. Came up to my bedroom, summertime. She cried through, oh my God, are you gay? That was a comforting way to pose that. We got through it. She said, don't tell your father. Can't tell your father, can't take it. Family can't take it. Okay. 7 years later, it's October 1991. I get called to a family meeting and I'm the only one invited. Shit! I know what this is going to be. They're going to drag me out of the closet and I'm going to get kicked out of the family. I was so sick that day. The meeting was at 3 o'clock. I was so sick. I knew I was about to lose my family. Get into the house and we have 45 minutes of very civil discussion. Starts with, are you gay? Yes, I am. Tears come out. We don't want you to be gay. Okay. I've read a lot of books. I'm ready for this conversation. I'm ready. 45 minutes later, I draw a pie chart. I said, Dad, I have many things. What you think of me? I'm a daughter, a sister. I'm a student who's getting my MBA. I'm an employee. I'm trying to be a successful manager. I'm a Christian, and many things. This one slice, gay, daughter, gay, can you just accept me as one slice of the pie? Can you take that? He said, that slice of the pie is like a spoonful of vanilla, of shit and vanilla ice cream. Ruins the whole thing. You are not welcome. Pick one or the other. Your family or being gay. And I stood up and I said, I choose me. And I walked out of the house. One of the hardest things I ever did. That was October 1991. Now I've lost my family, and I'm trying to not be discriminated at work because I'm trying to move up. I had to build a new family. Strength around me. My sister was the first one who called. You are welcome to my family. My children are your children. I love you. My cousin called, Terry. My cousin Bonnie called. My cousin Susan called. My best friend from high school and college called. I've started my own family. Surround myself with strength. If I'm not welcome there, I gotta make a new one. Strength. I'm fighting work, I'm trying to get ahead, and I'm fighting my family. I'm okay. Every day, go to work. Dealing with these men. Turn back to my family. Do you love me yet? No? Okay. Back out. 6 months later, hey, you love me yet? No. Okay. Be back in 6 months. Literally went out to my sisters and stop doing that. Stop doing that. Trying to turn those scars and let them heal. So what is the value in me? Scar and a star. I'll tell you what, I don't care whether you're black, white, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what denomination or religion you are, I don't care whether you're male or female, I don't care if you're gay or straight, I want to know what you can do for this company. Scar into star, zero tolerance for discrimination. all of them. And I'll give you a white male discrimination. My white men at Cigna, holding down the new millennial guys coming in, fraternity behavior. Push you down, mocking them, push them down and push themselves out. Said, this is your last warning. Put it in writing. If I ever hear that again, you're fired. We will not treat people like that. Everybody is welcome. Everybody needs to be respected. We come home to this place called work, and it is our place of power. It is our place where we support each other. You go out into the competition, that's when they rip you to shreds. You come back here for energy, and that's the culture we're going to have. Scar into star. I want you to know who you are. And I want you to take those difficult experiences and let them bring you strength. Let yourself be known for that. People know I stand up for women helping women. I have zero tolerance for discrimination, and they know why, and they respect it. What are your scars that you can turn into stars? They don't become the thing that holds you back. My father today, my partner Sarah is my father's best friend. Airborne range at a complete 360, 180. Complete 180, scar into star. He's 84 years old. I'm the only child that talks to him. Scar into star. Don't let the anger kill you. Come back, be who you want to be. Okay, forgiveness. Who's weak? Didn't know. Think about the things that make you the weakest, and think about what you want to be. If you want to be seen as charitable, so somebody said trusted, what are the actions that you take to be seen as that? I sit on the board of the American Heart Association. It's an important charity. People know that. I chair CEOs Against Cancer. People know that. Usually I'm the host of the March Times Awards. Next year, Cleo Parker Robinson Dance goes into schools in Denver, touches 30,000 kids a year in underprivileged, teaches them how to express themselves in a healthy way. It's the black charity in Colorado, a little white girl, is chairing it for it next year. Who are you? If you want to be seen as a trusted partner, somebody that's caring, what are the actions that you are taking to be seen in that way? This is your brand. Nobody else has the right to control your brand. You do. 100% is the gift that you have, the ability to do that. I want you to think about it. So if I want to be seen as a good person, what are the things that I'm doing to be seen as a good person? If I want to turn that scar into star, what are the things I'm doing? Forgiveness to my father. Know that it's not tolerable here. To create the environment that I want. You guys have been reading the book Lean In. It talks about balance, right? Can you have balance? In that book, I'll tell you this, balance is what you define it to be. When Sarah and I were just getting along and we were trying to figure out, is this going to work? I said to her, I can't have kids. I will not be a good parent. I need a lot of healing to do. I have a very quick temper, and when I get home, I'm really tired, and I don't want mommy. I want to be the child when I get home. I am the child. As long as we all understand that, we're good. Know who you are. What is your definition of balance? So when I'm out late at night and I'm with a charity, it's because I choose to. That's my hobby. It's my love. Some people would say you don't have balance. Well, that is my work. That is my family. Those are my friends. Yes, I'm at work for charities. But that is my love. You have the right to define balance, and nobody should tell you whether it's 2.5 kids and a dog and getting home at 5 o'clock and fixing dinner. You have the right to figure that out with your significant other, to make those choices to define balance. And I want to close with this. The point of this is I want to share my scars with you so that your journey is easier. I want to give you, nail those basics to be who you want to be as a manager, determine where you want to be and set that path, define your personal brand, learn how to manage through the change, have the courage to do the things that you need to do to succeed. So this past year, I got the Denver Business Journal's Outstanding Women in Business. They picked 3 finals for healthcare, and I got the #1 person in healthcare. Pretty cool.
Wow.
Pretty cool. I got the Colorado Women's Chairman 25 Most Powerful People in Business. Wow. And I got the Women of Distinction from the Girl Scouts. This is the type of leader I want to be. She knows business, but her heart's in the right place, and she's giving back philanthropic. Cool. Letter from the governor. Kim, can't wait to see what you do next. Cool. Last February, this past, I got a call from Forbes magazine. Holy shit. Did you call the wrong number or you just want an ad? I said, no, we want to recognize you as one of the top 7 leaders in the West. What? Interview the whole thing. In June, article on me. Forbes, are you shitting me? I ordered two of these big wooden things. I sent it to my father. Here's your new door knocker. Oh, hey, bring your door knocker. Who do you send that shit to? Right, your father. In June, I'm informed one of the top women leaders in business. 1 week later, I got called in on a Saturday morning as the president of Cigna. Turned around the offices. Best performance country, innovation lab, merger going on. You've lost your job today. You've lost your job today. What did I just say? My family was work. My friends were work. My whole life is work. My charities were work. I'm in freaking Forbes. Every award you can imagine. In June, I lost my job. And I'll tell you this, I got a kick-ass brand. I got a kick-ass brand. And I'm going to tell you I got a kick-ass brand. Because I want you to know that. You can tell me you have a kick-ass brand and make it whatever you want. And I'll tell you this, there's nothing, things you can't control in your journey. What your husband or boyfriend does, what your mother says, the merger that happens around you, the illness that your child gets. What you can control is what you do about it. And I'll tell you what, you lose my job after this. Talk about bringing some to your knees, but I'll tell you this, they will not hold me down. It's just another scar. Tomorrow's going to be an amazing star, an amazing story. And I know your story's going to be great. And I wish you well on your journey, and I hope you do these exercises. And if you need me, my contact number's down here. There's business cards on that. You turn that business card over, and as a no, it's not no, it's an opportunity for more people to find your way to yes. I want to help you find your way to yes. And I thank you for your time today.